If you are thinking of buying land in Nigeria from abroad and you've been wondering how to go about it, this video is just for you. It is not as difficult as it is. It's just because you do not know how to go about it, and that's why you maybe have been dilly-dallying for so long. After today's video session, you'll be able to make a move. You know exactly what to do, and if you have started already, you know where exactly you are on your journey, right? It's a 6-step process we'll be sharing with you today, and we are definitely very sure that after this, buying land in Nigeria will no longer be something you have sleepless nights about, and you can always be sure that if you go through this process, your chances of getting it right is over 98%.
Great. So that means, in summary, like what you just said, is that it is possible.
Yes, very possible.
Achievable, is doable. So wherever you are around the world, you can buy property home.
Yes.
And most especially, you can buy property in Abuja. And we are here to tell you how. Because a lot of times people are scared on buying because they've heard stories, because there are stories, bad stories how people have been jilted, scammed, duped,
and this ones fly around the mall.
It flies around the mall. But if you watch through this video, you can be clear on what steps to use so that you don't lose your hard-earned money.
Yes.
All right. So let's get right into the first step of the
process. Step 1.
Yeah.
Step 1 here is define your goals. You know, before nobody stands up to go and nobody ever stands up to go and buy a car, buy anything, marry a wife, and on that day you want to marry, on that day you want to buy, is when you're seeing the person for the first time. So you're definitely going to take some time back, sit back, decide, okay, I am buying this car because of this, I am doing this because of this, I am buying this land because I want to build this. In defining your goals, deciding the purpose, whether you want a residential plot, whether you want it for farmland, for like recently, a client was saying specifically saying he wanted land for farm. He wanted land for farm. And he's already someone who had bought plots already, residential plots.
Exactly.
And he can do this time. Mind you, he's not in Nigeria. He's in the diaspora. But he's been able to do this countless times, buy and buying, because he has understood this process, which is first, he knows why he's buying. If it's for residential, farmland, commercial, or long-term investment, what many will refer to as land banking. You have to sit back, decide, define why you want to buy this land. Because if you don't, you will then be controlled by whoever you meet. So how are you buy this one instead? Now, this one isn't. Oh, I want to have this one to show you. All of that is likely going to go on. But if you decide on a goal, the chances of you being moved around by every person you meet or sowing ideas into your mind that are not yours reduces by a reduces drastically. And in defining your goal is also where you will choose the state or place you want to buy from. You can say, okay, I want to buy from Abuja, I want to buy from Lagos, I want to buy from here, because you have defined why you want to buy.
True. So the second thing we have to talk about is absolutely necessary. So which is consulting a professional. So sometimes when I'll give a practical example, if you're sick and you're feeling sick, where do you go to?
Go to a hospital.
All right. If you need a lawyer, like you need a professional to help you with a court case, who do you look for?
A lawyer.
So, but when it comes to real estate matter, you want to buy land, why do people always go to look for their family member or their uncle or their brothers or their father's uncle or their father's brother? You understand?
Why did they go to their uncle when they were sick at that time to say, I'm
feeling somehow? But when it comes to real estate matter, they always feel like, oh, we have somebody on ground. And this is not us also saying that you should not involve them.
Of course.
But it's necessary you involve somebody that already understands the business of real estate.
Yes.
And it's called a professional, real estate consultant, real estate professional, realtor, certified realtor. All right. So this realtor guides you. So if you still want a family member to come on board, yes, let them come and see the place if you're not around, or we can do a virtual inspection. But you focusing on your sibling or your friend to buy a property for you, a friend who is not or somebody who is just like let's look for land and give you, and after that disappears again. Right? How do people do that? Okay, so please look for a certified person who is already in the business to help you. Then whoever you want to also know about property, the person can come on in, all right, so that they will see the locations, the title, and all that for you. So consulting a professional is something you should pay attention to. This also helps you with the budgeting, and it will guide you thoroughly. It
Yeah.
saves you. I remember also that if you buy from someone who is on ground, who is doing the business, the person is
Yeah.
not doing, let's check real estate. If it's not working, let's go and sell. Okay. All right. The person is here. Tomorrow you
Yeah.
can want to still build on that property. The person guides you again. All right. Because they are in the business. They are not in for the short term. They are there. They are there.
Exactly.
I think it's better you consult a professional.
And which leads us to step number 3, because in step number 3 is verify the seller or the owner of the property land you want to buy. And believe you me, you can't do this effectively from abroad if you did not do step number 2, which is a professional.
Yeah.
The professional now helps you with this, with doing your due diligence, the research on the property owner, who the person is.
Exactly.
First of all, there are different levels to due diligence, which we are not going to talk about here. If you want to know more about it, an extensive video on it in our YouTube channel. So just go on there and you see what it's all about. But step number 3 is do your due diligence with the help of the professional that you've consulted. They will help you find out the title, get every document you need to, tell you what you're likely in for through the process of getting the land, the search, and everything. Because most people, imagine you choose instead to use, and like she said, right, it's not like you shouldn't use your friends and family. There is a place for them to come in.
Yes.
And we'll tell you where in the step
Exactly,
that they should come in.
Yes.
Yes, there's a place to them. But in this step, after you decide, you consult the professional to help you know the place or know to put your budget together. Because most times, that family friend that you want to consult, they don't really know there are going to be extra fees. They won't tell you about the infrastructural fee because they don't know. They won't tell you about all that hidden costs because they do not know.
Exactly.
And you're working with a budget that's smaller than when you then go, you're like,
Exactly.
So the professional helps you do the search, the search, the budgeting, and all of that. It helps you make sure that you don't get your fingers burned.
True.
And that at the end of the day, you eventually get that. Remember, you started with the goal. You eventually reach that goal that you wanted to work with or get.
All right. So remember, we said we're not just living without a helper. We're not living without somebody from a family or friends to work with. This is the point. And the next step is use a trusted proxy. All right. Why we said trusted proxy is somebody. How else can I explain proxy? So if you cannot travel, someone to represent you, as simple as that. So that's a proxy. Okay, so someone who can come. There are some people that are out, they are not there for your benefit, right? They are there for their benefit. So you have to pay attention to knowing who those kind of people are.
Exactly.
Yes, there's some people that will, if you send to go check property for you, they'll now go there, the place is fine. They'll now tell you, oh, nothing is happening there, oh. All right, and he'll drag you to another place to gamble because of what he's looking out to get from there. So use a trusted person in this particular scenario.
Talking about a trusted person proxy and this thing you said, and it brings a story to mind. How do people actually do this? It happened. So I will not mention the state or where so that you won't think.
You won't get
yeah, but it's so amazing how people can be. So this lady, she has been in the US. She wanted to buy land back at home here and start building something that she could have rental income in the city. And then, of course, going through the process, she has seen somewhere she liked. Then she reached out. This was the mistake she made. She reached out to a friend back here in Nigeria to help her go and look at the place, give her feedback so she can start payments and all of that. Just like you rightly did, like you said, she said, well, the place was absolutely beautiful, ticked all the boxes, was really good. But she said, at that place, nothing is happening there. And the next week, if it had ended there, it would have been really nice. But guess what? This person that said the place is there, put money together and went and bought that place. Invested in that place and then started making returns. She was really heartbroken and as at that time it was like the last plot left actually. So she was hot. Imagine that someone you sent to help you. That's why you said trusted proxy is very important. Told the place is rubbish and then eventually invested in the place for themselves. That can be really hurtful. that can be really, really hot. So it's important that the trusted family member, friend, whoever I trusted is important. And there's something someone said is I feel you should apply to, which I now apply in my own life, even in business and everything. It's not like I have trust issues, but just to be safe, as I'm sending you to go and do something, I have a backup plan. I'm sending someone else, two people to get me do a finding and get me result and get me reports. If one person says, oh, it was very good, another person says, oh, it's good, you can go about it, then I know. Because most of the time you have just one report, you don't have a choice. It's just that one report you will work with. And that is why you should bring in a professional before a family member. Exactly. Both of them, their report, you combine the two of them and know how to work with it, right?
Yeah.
Step number 5. Now that you've reached out to a trusted proxy family member or friend, whoever it is, step 5 is then inspect the land, inspect the property. Because you're not there on ground. Because I realized that from experience, remember when we are doing something in Hutu, at some point they stopped allowing everybody to come in.
Exactly.
Why? Because people would come there, fly drone, do stuff, and say it is another place. So I would have said just ask for a virtual drone shot inspection. But these days, with the use of technology, there's things can be really manipulated. They can give you the drone shot of a different place, tell you it's this place.
True.
Right? So that is why we are even advising you now to not just settle with a virtual inspection, except these days AI technology can do
unless maybe a drive-through WhatsApp,
a live video drive-through. Right, where you are seeing landmarks that you understand, because these days videos are faked. That is where if you cannot trust the virtual inspection, then the proxy you've gotten can help you investigate, visit the place. The representative should go and see the place. And there are a few things I should mention they should actually check for when they go there. They should check for the access roads leading to the place. Is the place prone to flood? They should look out for things like that as well. I mean, you can tell, you can see erosion. Erosion never goes. Erosion has pride. Likes to leave this English again. Leaves its footprints in the sands of time. So if the place is prone to erosion,
exactly.
you will see it there. You will take. They tell you, no, the gutter cannot go like this.
Exactly.
So they should look out for things like that, and then find out as well if they see any government signs they're saying this place is owned by government, the law in court, and all of that. Basically, just study the area. So that is what this person to inspect for you should do. They should actually look at the place and give you feedback and see if it tallies with the professional you are consulting.
I will also add that it is fulfilling. I can't believe it. It's fulfilling when you find somebody buy from you who is not around and eventually comes on ground and sees that whatever is in picture is what is seen.
Yes.
It's so fulfilling. So you see why we said, oh, right here in Browdy Global, we help you. Like literally we show you everything you need to know. So that when you get on ground, you just be like, there's no difference. What I'm seeing is what I'm seeing in real life. Yeah. So the next point is, now that you've seen all that you're looking for, the next thing you have to do is make payments and document everything. Never pay cash to anybody, please.
Never.
Please. Your family member can tell you. In fact, recently happened to me. The lawyer of a client told the client to send the money to her. I was like, sir,
what? How?
Please don't pay cash directly to anybody. Insist that they give you the professional account number and you see it by the name.
Yes.
Right. Transfer funds to a named account. I've explained it. So obtain a receipt. Eventually, sometimes after you make payments, the company sends you a physical receipt or a virtual receipt, which they will mail to you. Then also preserve these receipts. Also find a way and keep it, because you also can print it out and keep it as a testimonial for you, or as an evidence for you too. So this, because the reason why we mention payments is that sometimes people have seen what they like, they started waiting. At the point of waiting, they will now realize that the price has increased. Or the place is sold out. Now I'm wondering what happened to me. All right, so make payments when you've done all these right things. Go ahead and make payments.
Beautiful. So there you have it. 6 steps. I'll just take them again for you to have it in mind. So number 1 is define your goals. 2, consult a professional. 3, verify the seller or the landowner through the help of the professional you consulted. Then 4, you can bring in a relative, a proxy. 5, physically inspect it with the help of your proxy. And 6, pay safely and document everything. If you follow these 6 steps rightly, you're definitely going to end up hitting that goal of owning land right here in Nigeria, because it's very, very possible.
Exactly. So we can round up by telling them some things they will see, and they will notice that this is a red flag.
Exactly.
Run for your life.
Yes. So,
should I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Because the first thing on our list is that when a seller or somebody who is selling to you insists that you should start paying immediately. Sir, please, you need to pay now. Pressure. Like every morning, afternoon, sir, we're waiting for the payment. Sir, we have not seen the payment. Sir, please.
Pick up your sandals.
And
yeah, it's
not nice. No, you don't pressure people to make those kind of huge payments like that. Yeah, so allow people make up the decision, and also they make the payment is right.
Exactly. Another red flag is if now it's not just with the certificate of occupancy, if the title of the land is, they can't provide it. When you ask for, okay, I want to see the documents that this land have, and they tell you no, when you come to Nigeria, you meet our legal team and they will show you to present to you in person. They can't give you anything to do a search with. They can't provide the certificate of occupancy. They can't provide anything for you to do a search with. They all tell you when you come to the office, you will see it. It doesn't work like that, especially in a place like Abuja, where real estate can be very transparent, where all they have to present to you is a document with which you can run a search and you'll find out everything you want from ages. But if they keep saying, when you come to the office, sir, we don't have it, we are not allowed to share it with client. I mean, someone said something recently. That thing he said, he said, we don't, if somebody seeing these things like having access to your land, everybody will now have your land. Like how now?
When we know better, we do better.
I mean, exactly. I was like, yeah, we started this thing. We didn't come here to play now. So if you keep hearing that, then it's a red flag. Run.
The next one is when a price is significantly below the market value. Yes, I also know about distressed sales, but there are some distressed sales that does not make sense. For example, somebody is selling his property in Wuse, and the distress sale is 50 million. Do you understand? It doesn't make sense. There's market value. For example, what are the prices obtainable in Wuse? What are the price ranges for, say, between 150 million or 200 million? Because this is the heart of town, and somebody wants to sell the streets. Somebody wants to sell distress sale. How much should the person sell? It's not, for example, you don't see 20 million. It's not that, it's bad. It's bad. So sometimes people use it to scam people. So you're not like, oh, this is so good, and eventually you pay and they'll stop picking your calls. All right. That's when it will become very clear before you. So when you want to buy properties that are way either below the market value, please check again.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's a red flag. Next red flag is when the people you're dealing with, the seller or the team you have that wants to help you buy, I insist that you should not involve any other person. You should not involve a lawyer. You should not involve any other person. They're even insisting that even that family member you want to bring, that they say, no, trust us, we will handle everything. Don't need another lawyer. We will use our own lawyer. We will use they want to provide everything to make the process work for you without you bringing in any other person. It is a red flag because that is them having absolute control. They create the documents, they create everything, and at the end of the day, when the deal is done, they can disappear. We've had that a couple of times. You have nothing. It's down there. You now start bringing in your own lawyer. One line they often use that is very subtle and sounds very reasonable is, you know what, man? Guess how much it is to get a lawyer now to work with you? Lawyers will charge like 1.5 million, but if we allow our lawyer to do it for you, that you won't have to pay. Our lawyer will handle everything for you. And you say, nice deal, right? Why should I bring in my own lawyer? Oh yeah, use your lawyer. Let us do this. You are followed. Exactly. So if they are insisting on you not bringing in any extra professional help, no extra realtor, nothing else, it is a red flag.
Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about before the last one is when a lot of people are claiming to be the rightful owner, please find out who owns that property.
Yeah.
There's always a name. If you tell you, oh, the name is not disclosed, when you get to the office to check the recital or the document, you will rightly see the owner of the property. Find out who owns it and who is selling it.
Exactly.
Because sometimes they are different. All right. As realtors or as people who sell properties, we may not own the property, but we are selling it.
Yes.
When you ask us who owns this property, we tell you because we're not hiding anything.
Exactly.
So, but when you ask somebody who owns this property, I'm like, I don't know, or we don't disclose that information. I don't know. But people do that. I don't know how genuine and authentic is that, but please ask further questions on that.
And sometimes you don't even have the right to sell.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another day. Well, finally, the red flag if you see, you notice this, you have to run for your life, is if all communications are just limited to the online space. By that, say Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, everything is happening on there. They don't give you any verifiable address or physical presence. The people you want to deal with, they don't have an office. You can't say this is where their office is located. If they can't, and even if they say that, please, it is important I put this.
Yeah.
Find out if where they say their office is actually where it is.
Yeah.
But if all they are doing is just the online space, WhatsApp, no physical presence, then it's also a red flag.
All right. Thank you for joining us for this amazing section. You know, we always drop value here back to back. And this is one gold mine that we'll constantly share to people, to Nigerians business, people looking to invest here and they're scared. We always talk about it to expose how you can invest here without stress. All right. So if you found value here, do not hesitate to hit the like button. But most especially if you are based in diaspora, wherever you are, you're looking to invest in Abuja, don't hesitate. There's a number showing in the description. You can reach us and talk to us immediately, and we can get it started from there.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us today. Until we come your way the next time, enjoy a great day and bye for now.
Stay safe.